We're here with Matthew from Panasonic discussing the AG3D-A1, the new camera that's supposed to revolutionise the 3D video production industry. So, a quick question on 3D. Do you think it's just a fad, or is it going to last?
No, we think it's probably going to be here to stay. We see that gaming is going to be a big driver for it, and also home Blu-ray 3D movies is going to be a big driver for it in Australia. Around the world, there's also going to be a number of cable channels. They're going to do 24-hour-a-day 3D. So that means that there's going to be a huge demand for more and more content as we move forward into the year and into the future years.
So Matthew, for a corporation out there trying to promote their brand and their company, what would be the advantage of 3D?
Well, when you have high quality, high definition, lifelike 3D that's been shot well, you basically can convey much more of the feeling and the ethos of a product. Give people a real life view of what they're doing there. One of the things that comes to mind is if you're doing an automobile, you have a now you can go online for most major automobile manufacturers and you get a 360-degree walk around of the car or their new vehicle. But imagine if that was also in 3D as well. You could go inside, you could get a real touch and feel effect without actually being there. That can go right through to everything to a drink, to a new home appliance if you want. It really can allow people to feel immersed in what you're trying to sell to them. So add that extra extra sense of feeling that you won't necessarily be able to convey in just a normal 2D advertisement or commercial or product information display.
Excellent. And you mentioned some companies that are wanting to appear avant-garde, appear front of the pack. Are you finding that's a big leader in this industry?
Yes. We have had a number of inquiries from those companies, and that's specifically why they want to do it. They want to be ones that really lead the charge and show people what the advantages of. Well, there's a lot of scope for it. You could do it at a trade show, you could do it in your lobby. You also have things where if you're doing advertising in cinema, if you're watching a 3D movie, everyone already has 3D glasses, so why can't the commercial be in 3D as well? YouTube already has a 3D channel online. As that develops further, and there's going to be more and more, people can now start sending their product information to consumers in the home or at set venues in 3D and in very high quality, high definition.
Excellent. So for the camera nuts out there, it obviously looks a little bit different to other cameras. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how it works?
Yes, it certainly does. Well, this camera basically is doing everything obeying the laws of physics that have been around for stereoscopic vision for the last 100 years. Essentially, we have two lenses up the front, as you can see here. Those lenses go into set imaging arrays, so we have 3 sensors on each array, so a total of 6. They're full high definition sensors. Then we go back into the body. Now the outward controls essentially are that of a single camera, but essentially you have 2 cameras working here as one. So all your controls are as one. You get onto 2 SD cards at the back for recording your high definition images, and you have dual outputs out as well if you need to. This camera basically operates like a normal camera, so you have focus, zoom, iris control, all your different setups that you would normally have, color balance and other things like that, as well as an added one which is your convergence point, which is very, very important for shooting 3D.
So it makes it a little bit more tricky for the cameraman out on set?
It does. It does mean that the cameramen are going to have to learn some new skills on how to shoot 3D. Basically, with 3D, you need to be more aware of where your convergence point is. That's where basically the screen plane is. So everything in front of that's going to come out at the audience. Everything behind it gives it depth. So depending on what you want to achieve with your 3D effect, you could then adjust that forward or back in your image. The other one is doing things like divergence at the back end and some other effects that you can do. So yes, there is going to be a little bit of education. It's going to be a very steep learning curve for us all.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. Sounds like we're going to have 3D later this year?
Later this year. September, this camera's coming out.
Okay, excellent. We'll get your bookings in for corporate videos in 3D.